Okay, so we're going to do a few important tests before we put the props on. You should have already built the quad, loaded the firmware, and bound your transmitter to it. We need to check the direction of each of the 4 motors. Face the quad away from you. The front of the quad is the one missing the beam, so point that away from you. Power on the quad. Power on the transmitter. Make sure this switch is off, so ultrasound mode isn't on. You've got this switch set to high, and the trims are centered. You should actually do that before you turn the transmitter on. Okay, arm the quad by pushing the right gimbal all the way to the top. The motor should spin twice, as you saw there. Now we're going to apply a little bit of throttle and go around just feeling the motors to make sure they're going in the right direction. Don't worry if they change speed a little bit, that's normal. This one, if you feel here, it should be going that way. It should be moving clockwise. This one should be doing the same. The top of the motor goes that direction. If you hold there, you should feel it going that direction. This lower motor, if you touch the bottom, it should be going towards the right of the quad, anti-clockwise. And the same with this one. Touch the bottom, it should be going towards the right of the quad, anti-clockwise. If they're all spinning in those directions, well done, you've set it up correctly. If they're not, work out which ones are going in the wrong direction, then turn the power off. Let's pretend that this motor was turning in the wrong direction. So to solve that, we open up this lycra and remove the 3 wires that connect the ESC to the motor. Take 2 of them, it doesn't matter which 2. Look at which way they're connected. This is black to black and red to red. And swap those connections over. Just pull them out nice and gently. And watch out you don't remove the heat shrink from the metal plug. So we swap them over, put them in the opposite way round. And now we can put the lycra wrap back on again. Okay, let's just power back on. Rearm. Apply a little throttle. And check that direction again. It should have changed now to the correct direction. And you can throttle back down. One last thing we're going to test. We're going to make sure the attitude is being reported correctly and updating the motors. So we turn the throttle on again. We lift the craft up and move it around a little bit. Should find the motors change sound, change speed. That means the control is working properly and you can put the quad back down. If you're on a nice hard surface, the ultrasound will automatically turn the motors off. You can throttle back down, unplug, and turn the transmitter off. If any of that doesn't work, as I've stated there, check your ultrasound connections, reload the thalamus firmware, and double check all the motor directions as I outlined previously.